What's up, guys? Brandon with Strict Vision Athletics. Here we are with leg day. So this is a big, long one. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exercises in this one. So leg day is the exercise day where you are really going to just take your time. You are going to set apart at least 90 minutes in order to make this one happen. I'd say an hour to 90 minutes is actually probably more accurate, but you're going to need at least an hour. That's guaranteed. So we've got 3 supersets followed by a single set. Let's get right into it. We got a lot to cover. The first 2 exercises are both done on the squat max. Now, the first one is a lateral step up. I'm going to say this right out of the gate. If you don't have a squat max or access to a squat max, you're not going to be able to do this. So you're going to end up probably doing these exercises with dumbbells. The squat max is a wonderful belt squat variation. In fact, I would say that the squat max is the best belt squat machine on the market today. You can get that from squatmax.com. For the lateral step ups, I'm going to explain this as though you had it. You are going to take the bucket, keep it on the squat max. You're going to take one foot, place it on the bucket, wear your belt on a lower loop. So you're going to want the belt itself to be a little bit longer. You're going to step from left to right for 10 to 12 repetitions. Then you're going to switch your feet and you're going to step from right to left with your other foot. Again, this is lateral power drive. That's what this is designed to do. This exercise is for those of you guys who think you have a lot of lateral power. Well, try the squat max lateral step up and see if that's still the case. The superset, which I love on this, is the Squat Max March. Marches are very, very good for you. I love them. It's sort of basically standing or running in place type of exercise. When you do it on the Squat Max, the cool thing about this, though, is that you really can overload the hips. You can overload the hips, the quads, everything is going to get involved here when you are just marching in place, wearing that band. And you should be wearing probably about the same amount of weight that you would wear to use the lateral step. So you can go straight from one to the other. You don't have to reset or anything. And this will be a very, very difficult superset to achieve just because of the component associated with endurance. You're never stepping out of the superset. You're going straight from the lateral steps, left and right. So there's 20 reps to the Squat Max March, which is 20 reps by itself. So again, that's left leg up, right leg up. That's 1. You're going to do 20. So that's the first superset. Second superset is goblet squats with the kettlebell, supersetted with the sissy squats with a 5-second hold. Now, both of these are done on the slant board. I'll say that. Slant board you can get from slantboard.com. If you don't have one, get yourself some plates, put them under your heels. You want your heels elevated. That's the goal behind this. But really, you should get a slant board from slantboard.com. It's not that expensive. It's made of wood. It's quality. You can take it with you to the gym if you want during this exercise. It's a good thing to have for you guys around the house anyway, just to keep the knees safe. It's a good piece of equipment. The goblet squat has 2 breaking points. That's going to be your hips and your knees. That means both are going to flex and extend in this exercise. You're going to see that I drop my hips down, my knees go forward past my toes, and I'm keeping the kettlebell up on my chest. That's the goblet squat. When I go to the sissy squat, I'm going to set the kettlebell down, which means I'm going to body weight, or I'm going to drop down to a much, much lighter dumbbell. But I typically do this body weight. I drop from goblet squats heavy, maybe like a 70 or an 80-pound dumbbell, to down to sissy squats, which is body weight. The difference is when I do the sissy squats, you'll see I go from 2 breaking points to 1. So whereas the goblet squat, I was breaking at my hips and knees, both were flexing and extending. Now I'm going only my knees. My knees are the only thing. I'm going down. My knees are bending. They're pushing past my toes. And then I'm standing up. My knees are straightening, but my hips don't break. You'll see I lean backwards in this. I lean backwards and my knees go forward. So that's the superset. I would do 10 on each one, 10 goblets, 10 sissies, and just do those back to back. Third superset, standing hamstring curls and the hip flexors. Now, the standing hamstring curls, I use the Bulletproof Isolator. You can get this from bulletprooffitness.com. It's a miraculous piece of home gym equipment. It really achieves like over 60 different movement patterns with just this one machine. So that's worth getting. Not going to be cheap. It's going to be an investment for you guys, but that's a machine that I would definitely recommend getting if you are in the market for something like this. Standing hamstring curls is a very specific movement pattern that requires a very specific machine. If you're at a public gym, they're not going to have an isolator. They may have a standing hamstring curl machine. If they do, jump on that. If not, they'll probably have a lying hamstring curl machine. Jump on that and do single leg curls with those. Your superset is a hip flexor with the monkey feet. Monkey feet you can get from animalhousefitness.com. That's where I get those. Again, another cheap and efficient piece of equipment. Just like some of the other ones we talked about, like the slant board, the monkey feet, you can pick up, take with you to the gym. You can put it in your gym bag. Really and truly, you could go to the gym with a slant board and the monkey feet in your bag, and no one would even know that you took it in there. And you could get this workout done with just those 2 pieces of equipment. Everything else you should be able to find in the gym, with the possible exception of the Squat Max. But regardless, I'm doing a hip flexor exercise with the monkey feet. I'm raising up You see I'm going through flexion, lifting my knee up nice and high. Again, it's anchored to my feet. That's the uniqueness of the monkey feet. It really does allow you to overload the hip flexors. This is my single favorite exercise with the monkey feet. I've seen people doing leg raises, all sorts of other stuff. All that can be achieved with medicine balls or with dumbbells or with kettlebells. But this is one exercise that you really cannot overload and get heavy with without the monkey feet. The monkey feet has a very unique place in strength training, and it's very helpful to have this. I would definitely look into getting it, but that's the last superset. The last exercise is by itself. It's a standing calf raise machine. Just find a calf raise machine in your gym. Make sure you end with calves. I like to end with calves on every single leg day. On this one especially, you've got a lot of time here spent in the gym, so if you did have to sacrifice one exercise, that would be it. But if you have the time and you have the motivation, make sure that you hit those at the end of the workout. That's it, guys. Have fun.